After the prep gesture is solid in your pattern, we need to focus on having a consistent and easy downbeat. The textbook mentioned the different parts of the beat pattern: the click, flick, tap, bounce, recoil, rebound, and ictus. This is overwhelming, and the only ones you should really be focusing are on the rebound and the icty. After your preparatory gesture, the downbeat should have a nice natural rebound to it, like so. Make sure that you're working with the natural flow of gravity to help your downbeat have energy. Let the earth take it in. You should never have to muscle down the downbeat. Practice this a few times at various tempi in order to get a hang of it. All of your gestures should be very legato in nature right now. Make sure there are not any flicks or clicks and that everything is flowing in one direction. This will come with time if you're not getting it right away. Be sure to practice in a mirror to see if there are any things happening that shouldn't be. You're all great musicians, and you know what a good conductor should look like. Make sure your conducting is always reflecting what you would want to see if you were performing in the ensemble. Also, always make sure that you're addressing your baton grip. I'm going to teach you 3 major beat patterns that we will be working with this semester. Remember to always start all of these patterns with a prep gesture. The first one is 2-4. The next one is the 4-4 pattern. And the last one is the 3-4 pattern. Make sure that you're doing these patterns with the baton and it's not crossing over too far left of your body. When you start using your left hand, you don't want your left hand and your right hand to be crashing into each other. But also be sure to make sure you're using your space. Your textbook mentions the importance of beat point. In order to address your icty, or beat points, for moving around too much, you can use a music stand as your horizontal plane. The tip of the baton should touch the same place every time when you come back to beat 1. Just be sure you're adjusting the music stand to your height and not putting your conducting plane too high or too low. There are alternate patterns in this book, but for our purposes, we're going to be using the ones that I'm demonstrating for you. The last concept we are going to go over for week 2 is the cutoff or release gesture. This gesture is a little awkward at first, so I'm going to demonstrate really slowly in a 4-4 pattern how to release or do a cutoff, as I like to call them. As you can see, I'm starting the cutoff on the penultimate, second to last beat. So in this case, beat 3. If you're not subdividing in your head, then cutoffs will be really difficult at first. Be careful to still give the last beat its full rhythmic length. Don't cut off too fast or too slow. Also, make sure that your cutoff is reflecting the sound that you want. Do you want a sweet singing last chord? Do you want a full deep resonant release? These are ideas that should be reflected in your movement. Here's an example of a cutoff in 3-4. Here's an example of a cutoff in 2-4. You should have the basic foundational elements for this semester now. Congrats!